What them haters talking about?
What's up, family? A 28-year-old police officer posing as a 17-year-old boy to trick a 15-year-old girl into a relationship, who then drove from Chesterfield, Virginia to Riverside, California, and set her house on fire with her grandparents and mother inside, is dead. Yeah. Who is this uncivilized mutt? He's Austin Lee Edwards. This chump died by suicide during a shootout with San Bernardino sheriff's deputies. The 15-year-old girl from Riverside, California was rescued and is in counseling for trauma. Family members and police said this at a news conference Wednesday. The uncivilized mutt, a resident of North Chesterfield, Virginia, appears to have posed as a teenager online to engage in a romantic relationship with the girl and obtain her personal information by deceiving her with a false identity known as catfishing, police said. Authorities did not provide additional details about the communications and said they still need to comb through online accounts. Officials are looking into whether he victimized other minors across the country. It's also unclear if it was his first encounter with the 15-year-old and whether she knew he was coming to California in the first place. The victims include the grandparents, Mark Winnick, 69, Cherie Winnick, 65, and their 38-year-old daughter, Brooke. That's cold-blooded, fam. That is cold-blooded. He ain't the first, and he won't be the last cop who hide behind that blue wall and commit all kinds of uncivilized acts. It is a culture, fam. This is not an isolated incident. And who knows how many times he used that badge to violate people. Fam, this is one of the most atrocious crimes ever. This monster catfished a minor, went to her house across the country, drove all the way across the country to her house and burned the house up with the parents and the grandparents and the mother inside. Why would he do that? So nobody won't be looking for it, take out the people who love her the most, and perhaps we can get a cold case. This fool was ready. He took her in the car with him, and his plan was to get her back to Virginia, get inside of that house, and do God knows what with her. They say he blacked out all of his windows, so you couldn't see through at all. Now let me reiterate how low down, dirty, and conniving the media is. When the story first hit, the headline read something like, "Catfish scheme gone wrong, ends in triple homicide. Man who catfished 15-year-old kills grandparents and mother." They just conveniently left out that dude was a cop. Why would they do that? The media, fam, this damn media, this mainstream media in particular, cannot be trusted. You got to understand why they favor the police so heavily. Besides the fact that they have something in common. They're trying to uphold that system. They get a lot of tips from the cops. So they want to be in favor. You know, every time something happened, a crime happened, they got to show up. The cops show up. You know, they want to be able to have access. They want to be able to take those pictures and ask those questions and stuff. So they got to have a very cordial, like not just cordial, they got to be friendly with the police. They got to kiss a little butt. Yeah. Even if they get a rogue reporter who don't want to do it, they got to play the game. Let me explain something to your family. When you or your children are on the internet, you should take on the assumption that no one is who they say they are. This way, you can avoid a lot of these things happening. It's not just the children being preyed on. The elderly are being preyed on. Women, men, everybody's being preyed on. Almost nobody is who they say they are. Only God knows what type of demented things he had in store for that girl had he gotten her back to that house in Virginia. Man, family, we are living amongst evil all around us. And oftentimes, it is disguised as people who have jobs that are supposed to be representative of pillars in the community. Police officers, judges, lawyers, doctors, teachers, members of the clergy, you name it. But think about it, fam. It makes sense. If you're a predator, you get close to your prey. This is why it's so much of this stuff that go on in the schools. It happens a lot in the church because that's where the kids are. So the predators are going where the kids are. This uncivilized mutt burn these people's house down, kill these people, all for sex. And you can look at him and tell that nobody likes him. You can look at him and tell he ain't never had a girlfriend. What a sorry excuse for a human being. What a waste of space. His mama should be embarrassed and his daddy should have pulled out.
What the man
No
is
more
talking
talk.
about.